remember when we fell in love? We were so young, innocent then. Do you remember how it all began? It just seems like heaven, so why did the end? Do you remember back in the fall? We'd be together all day long. Do you remember I hold your hands, in each other's eyes we stare? Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Do you remember how we used to talk? Yeah, no, we'll stay on the phone at night till dawn. Do you remember all the things we say, like I love you so I never left you go? Do you remember back in the spring, every morning birds will sing? Do you remember those special times? They're just going on in the back of my mind. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time when we first met? Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Those sweet memories will always be there to me. And girl, no matter what you say, I will never forget what we had, my baby. Do you remember the time? Do you remember when we fall in love? Do you remember the time